Hey folks, welcome back to my series deep diving into Cherwell's end-of-life implications and transition plans, and things to think about, and how to think about some of the things that are going on in your system. So there have been a couple videos before this. I know this is video 2 of this week. There's a third video coming out tomorrow, and make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned, because Monday I have a demo video of something that I'm really excited about. I've had fun building it. I think it's gonna make everybody really excited, and it's going to really ease the transition from Cherwell to literally whatever tool you go to. It doesn't matter what tool you're going to. This is gonna make a big difference and be a sigh of relief. So stay tuned for that Monday. Set your calendars. That'll be an automated drop. It'll be scheduled. So keep an eye out for that. All right, so let's get into it. In today's video, I want to talk specifically about automation. Right, in Cherwell, you had a few different types of automation, all essentially driven by one-steps. Right, some of the automations were like very simple, and they could be configured directly in one of the automation dialogues. But realistically, anything you could do in any of the automations, you could also do in a one-step. So I'm just going to talk about them all as one-steps. When can you fire a one-step? Well, a few different places. You can fire a one-step when you made a change to a record. That's one type of automation. You can fire a one-step when you after some period of time after a record was changed. You can fire a one-step on a schedule, right? And then you could also fire a one-step based on some other external trigger, like a webhook, right? Now, one-steps are very Cherwell specific, obviously. Even if you exported a one-step, it's just an XML file. You can't really do anything with that. There's nothing in the world that reads one-steps and knows what to do with them other than Cherwell. So that basically leaves you in the situation where you have to re-implement all of these automations. That's a lot. That's probably where the bulk of your time re-implementing for another system is going to end up being, which means there is no time like the present to go through and audit, catalog all of your one-steps, and more importantly, the steps that your process goes through. You may already have this. If you do, you're ahead of the curve. But the important part is knowing what absolutely needs to be in there. And then, just go through each one, check them off as you go. Because unfortunately, I don't think there's no getting around exported one-step turning into something else that another system could understand. Unless I build something between now and when you need it, which is always a possibility. Go ahead and like this video, leave a comment down below, shoot me an email if you want me to do that, because that's something I could do. I just need a bunch of people to say, yes, I would use that. So if you want it, let's make it happen. Anyway, back to regularly scheduled content. We're dealing with a lot of automations that need to find a home. Now, the automations that happen when you change a record, a lot of systems already have that built in. In some cases, it might be very limited in scope of what they can do. But most systems have the ability to change another field when you change one field. Like that's pretty typical. So, each system is going to be a little bit different, but just look for the ways that the system does it. If you're working with an implementation partner, they're obviously going to know how to do that and can help you through that process. In fact, you're probably paying them already to actually do that for you, and just make it happen so you don't even have to worry about it. But you still want to know, what needs to happen when you make a change into a certain field, so that you can build that into the requirements, so that you can list that out in the statement of work. The next in my mind, the easiest to identify and catalog is going to be those external triggers one. You know, if you're sending a webhook to Cherwell right now, you're going to know. And if you turn off Cherwell or change the URL or something like that, those webhooks are going to break all of a sudden. It's going to be immediately obvious that something needs to change. And actually, those are probably the easiest to migrate, because you can start migrating them right now. You can basically build in software engineering, we call it a facade. Basically move your webhook to talk to a facade, and initially it just passes things through to Cherwell. And as you start building things out, you can start passing things through to the new system, right? And there are plenty of systems that do automation. My day job, shameless plug, Resolve Systems, we do IT automation. I think we'd be a great fit for this sort of thing, but you should talk to our sales team, because I'm just an engineer. I'm not our sales team. That said, it's an awesome platform, and it would more than handle whatever you need to do in the IT automation space. Now, the tricky part, the tricky situations are those automated processes, right? After some delay, do something, or the scheduled jobs, you know, things that ran through the scheduler. Those are the things that you're really going to have to find a home for, and might have to rethink how you accomplish them. Depending on the system you go with, there might be support for, you know, something kind of like the automated, the business process server, the automated process server, right? Things that happen after some period of time has elapsed from some event. The scheduled task things, most IT automation platforms, as far as I know, all IT automation platforms do support that. But the trick is just kind of decoupling that from Cherwell and moving it into the new system. So, at the risk of, you know, I don't want to go on for too long. I feel like I've already droned on for a while. But those are the important things to think about when it comes to automation. There's a lot of automation. A lot of it is hidden behind the scenes and really easy to miss because you don't see it all the time. So again, no time like the present. Start today. Start cataloging all of those automations, where they fit along the process, and start thinking about how you'd build them into either your new system or a dedicated tool that does IT automation to make it all still happen. Work with your implementation partners, find freelancers like me to help you, you know, make sure you've got all your ducks in a row, you've covered all your bases, and you know that when you turn on your new system, you know, the new world post Cherwell, everything still works and there's minimal hiccups. Again, I'm happy to help. I'll leave my email address down in the description below. Work with your implementation partner. We're all here to make sure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible. So lean on us. Let us know. Send us emails. Leave comments on the YouTube video. Let us help you. And remember to subscribe, because we've got some cool videos coming, especially that demo on Monday. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.